Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about that bright, steady star that isn't twinkling? Chances are you're looking at Jupiter, the king of the planets. But what's really fascinating isn't just Jupiter itself, but everything that surrounds it. It's a whole miniature solar system full of wonders and mysteries. Let's take a journey together to explore what's around Jupiter. First off, you can't talk about what's around Jupiter without mentioning its incredible collection of moons. As of our latest counts, Jupiter has a staggering 95 confirmed moons, and that number keeps growing as we get better at looking. These aren't just tiny rocks either. 4 of them are so large they're called the Galilean moons, discovered by Galileo Galilei way back in 1610. Their discovery was revolutionary because it was the first time we saw celestial bodies orbiting something other than Earth. This was a huge piece of evidence for the idea that Earth wasn't the center of everything. Let's meet these 4 superstars. The closest to Jupiter is Io. Io is the most volcanically active body in our entire solar system. Its surface is a wild canvas of yellows, reds, oranges, and blacks, painted by constant volcanic eruptions. These eruptions spew sulfur and sulfur dioxide high into space, creating a thin, toxic atmosphere. The reason for all this geological drama is Jupiter's immense gravity. Jupiter pulls and squeezes Io in a cosmic tug-of-war with the other moons, generating intense heat inside its core. This tidal heating is what fuels its hundreds of volcanoes. Imagine a world constantly reshaping itself with lava flows. That's Io for you. Next out is Europa. On the surface, Europa looks like a smooth, icy billiard ball, cracked and lined with reddish-brown streaks. But what's underneath that ice shell is what gets scientists really excited. We have strong evidence that beneath its icy crust, which could be miles thick, lies a vast global ocean of liquid saltwater. And here's the mind-blowing part. This ocean might contain more than twice the amount of water in all of Earth's oceans combined. Where there's liquid water, there's a potential for life. The same tidal forces that heat Io also warm Europa's interior, possibly creating hydrothermal vents on its seafloor, similar to those on Earth where life thrives without sunlight. Europa is one of the top candidates in our search for extraterrestrial life. Then we have Ganymede, the largest moon in our entire solar system. It's bigger than the planet Mercury and the dwarf planet Pluto. Ganymede is a world of contrasts. It has old, dark, heavily cratered regions alongside younger, lighter, grooved terrains. This suggests a complex geological history. And get this, Ganymede is the only moon known to have its own magnetic field. This field creates auroras, just like the northern and southern lights on Earth at its poles. Like Europa, Ganymede is also believed to have a subsurface saltwater ocean sandwiched between layers of ice. It's a massive, fascinating world just waiting to be explored further. Finally, there's Callisto, the outermost of the Galilean moons. Callisto's surface is the oldest and most heavily cratered landscape in the solar system. It looks like it's been through a cosmic-scale hailstorm. Because it's farther from Jupiter, it experiences less tidal heating, so its surface hasn't been renewed by volcanic or tectonic activity. It's like a frozen, perfectly preserved record of the early solar system's history. But don't count Callisto out of the Ocean Club just yet. Data from the Galileo spacecraft suggests that it too may harbor a salty ocean deep beneath its icy crust. It seems subsurface oceans are a running theme around Jupiter. Beyond these four giants, there are dozens of smaller moons. They're a diverse bunch. Some orbit in the same direction as Jupiter's rotation, while many others, called irregular moons, orbit in the opposite direction or have highly inclined and eccentric paths. These are likely captured asteroids or comets that strayed too close to Jupiter's powerful gravitational pull and got trapped in its orbit. They come in all shapes and sizes, forming families or groups that hint at their origins from larger bodies that broke apart. Studying them helps us understand the chaotic history of our solar system's formation. But moons aren't the only thing orbiting Jupiter. Did you know Jupiter has rings? They're not as spectacular or famous as Saturn's, but they are there. They're very faint and are made of dust, not ice like Saturn's. It wasn't until NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft flew by in 1979 that we confirmed their existence. These rings are thought to be formed from dust kicked up by micrometeoroid impacts on Jupiter's small inner moons, like Metis and Adrastea. The main ring is quite thin, but there's also a wider, more tenuous halo ring and two very faint gossamer rings that extend much further out. They're like Jupiter's secret dusty halos. What else is around Jupiter? An absolutely enormous magnetic field. Jupiter's magnetosphere is the largest structure in the solar system after the Sun's own heliosphere. It's so huge that if you could see it from Earth, it would appear larger than the full moon in our night sky. This magnetic field is about 20,000 times stronger than Earth's and traps a donut-shaped swarm of charged particles, creating intense radiation belts. This radiation is a major hazard for any spacecraft trying to get close to the planet. The interaction of these particles with Jupiter's atmosphere creates spectacular permanent auroras at its poles that are far more powerful than Earth's. And then there's the space surrounding Jupiter itself, a region filled with a complex system of plasma and dust. The volcanic material spewed out by Io gets ionized and forms a plasma torasa giant, glowing ring of charged particles that encircles Jupiter along Io's orbit. This torus co-rotates with Jupiter's magnetic field, creating a powerful electrical current system that links Io and Jupiter. It's an intricate, dynamic dance of matter and energy. We've also sent our own emissaries to orbit Jupiter. Spacecraft like Galileo, Juno, and soon Europa Clipper have become temporary residents of this system. The Juno mission, currently orbiting Jupiter, is giving us unprecedented views of its poles and revealing deep secrets about its atmosphere, core, and magnetic field. It's our robotic eye in the sky, constantly sending back data that revolutionizes our understanding of this gas giant and its environment. These missions are crucial because they read the only way we can get up close and personal with this distant world. So, when we ask what's around Jupiter, the answer is a universe in miniature, a system of dozens of diverse moons, from volcanic hellscapes to potential ocean worlds. A set of faint, dusty rings born from impacts on its inner moons. A colossal, powerful magnetic field that dominates its corner of the solar system, creating intense radiation and beautiful auroras. And a history of robotic explorers that have become a part of its story. Jupiter isn't just a single planet. It's a dynamic, complex, and captivating system that holds clues to the formation of our solar system and, just maybe, the existence of life beyond Earth. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour of the Jovian system. There's always something new to discover out there. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next cosmic adventure. See you next time.